Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September the 24th, 2023. We're going to be talking about AEW collusion results, but we got some matches that got made for AEW Rampage, and that happened on AEW Collusion. There was a whole bunch of matches that got made for Wrestle Dream. Oh, yeah. Oh, I wasn't looking at the matches. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on Rampage, we got new number contenders to the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles. The Righteous. And we have new Ring of Honor 6-man Tag Team champions, the Young Bucks, and Hangman Adam Page. That's pretty cool as well. I don't know what else happened on Rampage. Sammy is part of the Don Callis family. He finally admitted it. It's not like a ruse for Chris Jericho to get his hands onto Don Callis. Nope, Sammy's part of the Don Callis family. Chris Jericho got attacked by everybody, even Don Callis tried to attack them. But the man that saved them was Kenny Omega. And I don't know what else happened in that match. I believe the Trios title was on the line. The Acclaim retained against the Dark Order and all that stuff. And something with Julia Hart. Julia Hart wanted to start spitting black mist on people. Ladies and gentlemen, the matches that we have here, we got Bryan Danielson will be versing Zack Sabre Jr. Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. I'm like, what? And yes, this match happened. Then we have, it is happening. There's a contract signing that's going to happen for this match. I believe this Wednesday. FTR will be versing Cash Wheeler, and Dax Hart will be versing the Aussie Open for the AEW's World Tag Team Championships. We have Better Than You Baby, Adam Cole and MJF versus The Righteous, Vincent and Dutch for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. We got Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi will be versing Don Callis family, Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and Will Ospreay. And then we have Christian Cage versus Darby Allin for the TNT title. We will get into that more because, ladies and gentlemen, something happened in Collusion. We have Eddie Kingston versus the Ring of Honor Pure Champion. I can't say his name, so I'm going to say what championship he is. What champion title he's holding. And Eddie Kingston will be defending the World and the New Japan Pro Wrestling title against this man. So this man, if he wins, he holds 3 titles. Imagine that, holding the Pure Champion, the World title, and the New Japan Pro Wrestling title. We have Chris Statlander will be versing Julia Hart for the TBS title. And then we have the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson versus the Guns. Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn will be versing the Lucha Brothers, Ray Phoenix and Penta versus Orange Cassidy and Hook in a 4-way tag team match for a future AEW World Tag Team Championship match. My goodness, that's a lot of things happening, and that's going to be a long show, 4 hours again, and that's happening next Sunday. It doesn't look like somebody got released today from the WWE, but I read one post saying that there might be 5 more guys, and it could be Triple H's guys that he brought back the last year, and they might be gone. 5 or 6, I think they said 5 or 6. We don't know if it's true, because that was the only post that I heard about. I read it. It was Vince Russo and some guy on their YouTube and all that stuff. So I don't know if it's true or it's false. It's supposed to happen next week in a couple of days. But this guy, whoever is doing all these talking things with Vince Russo, he thinks it's going to happen. So it's not really, he doesn't know it's going to happen. So I guess it might happen, it might not happen. I have no idea. People are saying Johnny Gargano, Karen Cross, or Candice LeRae. But for some reason they brought up Apollo Crews, but he never got released. And Triple H never brought him back because he never got released. He's always been in WWE when Vince McMahon was doing all his spider-ring stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, if this happens, TKO will be dumb to make this actually happen. This decision actually happen. Because it sounds like they want independent wrestlers back in the WWE. Because we got some independent wrestlers doing tryouts for the WWE. Karen Cross is an independent wrestler. Johnny Gargano is an independent wrestler. Candice LeRae is an independent wrestler. I would be upset if they actually make this happen. And Braun Strowman is a independent wrestler when he got released the first time. And these guys actually could do something good, and if they get used well and get shown well and prove what they could do in this ring, it could help them very well. I think people are saying that these releases is happening is because the TV deal was billions of dollars, so they need to cut some things and try to pay for this thing. But releasing people and firing people is not going to help you with your money problem. Because this is an entertainment show. You need the tickets. You need the merch. Not just lay off people. This is people's jobs, and don't do that. I'm okay that you did it for one day. Except for Friday when you got rid of Matt Riddle. But Friday was only one guy. I think Matt Riddle was something different, not layoffs or what every other guy like Dolph Ziggler and Shelton Benjamin was. I think they were just normal layoffs. But I think Matt Riddle was something different. I think so. I don't know, because he wasn't part of the list on Thursday, but he was released a couple of minutes before SmackDown. So I don't know what happened there. But I'm hoping that it's done, because remember with the Office people, they release everybody that they want to release on one day. And we haven't heard about anyone else getting released from the Office side. I haven't heard anything about it. TKO, I never heard about TKO releasing any more Office people, and I'm hoping that's what they did with the wrestlers. They just took it one day, released everybody. If they have a list, they made a list who they want to release, and that's it. And I'm hoping that we get to the wrestling. Don't have to worry about people getting released. I'm hoping that it's done, it's over with, and now we could go to the future. The future of the WWE. I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm hoping that Vince Russo and his friend is not telling the truth and it's not happening. That Johnny Gargano might get released, or Candice LeRae. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that they actually could do something for Johnny, bring DIY back, put the weight. I don't think Candice and Indy Hartwell is going for the tag titles because the curse of the tag team titles. I think they're trying to test how long Chelsea Green and Piper Niven because last until if anyone gets injured. Because every time somebody gets the title, somebody gets injured or they get sick. And then they had to find new champions or they had to vacate the titles. But right now, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven been holding these things for a couple weeks, but Piper Niven did get sick once, and now she's back. So maybe they're going to do like a rivalry for the women's tag team titles starting next week, because it sounds like it's a bulletproof tag team holding the tag team titles. But I heard that Aaliyah got injured, but I don't know if it's part of the storyline because what happened with Nia Jax, and she was a Karen, because she did say that the management office, the WWE management office is going to hear about this, and that's her gimmick. So I have no idea if it's real or not real. So we will find out if that's real or not if they vacate the titles and Piper Niven gets angry as well because she has to lose the titles. We will find out. I'm hoping this is the end of the releases. We're done with it. It is upsetting that every person that did lose their jobs, it's upsetting because I'm not saying nobody in that list wasn't a talented wrestler. Everybody was talented. Everybody was talented, but they weren't showing their showcase to the WWE fans because they didn't know what to do with them. Now they got less people, and now they could show these guys what they have. Why is the reason they kept these guys, did not release them, but they kept them. Now you could show what they could do. And the guys that doesn't have a brand, now you can put them in the brand, like Cedric Alexander. He could be in the brand. Or Zion Quinn. I'm really not a big fan of Zion Quinn, but he could be on the brand. Or MVP at Omos. You could do that. Put extra guys in the brands. So, I'm hoping it's done. No more releases. And we get to the future of the WWE. Because I heard there's a lot of contracts expiring like next year. So I'm hoping that they don't start releasing people because their contract expires next year. So let's hope that doesn't happen. I don't know a lot of segments that happen and all the matches that's happening next week for AEW. So I'm not going to tell you guys everything, because I don't know what's the matches. I told you all the matches on WrestleDream. I don't know what's happening on Dynamite. I don't know what's happening on Rampage or Collusion. Normally they always tell us everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the matches. We got Christian Cage will be versing Luchasaurus versus Darby Allin for the TNT title. It was a pretty decent match. It was a 2-on-1 until Luchasaurus finally had the title in his hands. Because ever since he was a champion, he never held that championship. I think he held it once when he defended it against Darby Allin, like All Out. I think something like that. But every time, Christian was the only one holding that championship, calling himself the TNT champion. And he didn't look like he wanted to give it back to Christian. Christian Cage says, "Give it to me," and he finally did. But ladies and gentlemen, Darby Allin did a coffin drop onto Luchasaurus, but Christian Cage threw Darby Allin out of the ring and pinned Luchasaurus, and your new TNT champion, now he could say he's a TNT champion. Christian Cage is the new TNT champion, and we did here at WrestleDream. Christian Cage's first title defense will be against Darby Allin in a 203 Falls match. I forgot to tell you guys that about that match. What's the stipulation? My nose is itchy. I wasn't picking it. It was itchy, okay? It's still itchy. It's annoying. Ladies and gentlemen, then we had RVD teaming up with Hulk to verse 2.0. I know their names is not 2.0. I know one is Daddy Magic and some cool hand something. Parker, Angelo Parker. I didn't want to write that on my list. I didn't want to write that down. I call them 2.0 because that's what they are. But ladies and gentlemen, Rob Van Dam was okay, and Hook was okay. But it was an okay match. It wasn't really a big match. It's just like a mid-card match. Or a match that nobody really cared for because there was nothing on the line. The winner of that match was RVD and Hook. Good job for them. But then we had Julia Hart versus Kara Hogan because I guess Julia Hart did a miss into the face of Willow Nightingale because she came out to save her friend on Rampage. And then Julia Hart had it was an okay match. And the winner of that match was Julia Hart with a submission. She wasn't done there. And then Sky Blue came out and then she got black misted in her face. And Brody King says the violence is not going to end until they get to the boss, Chris Statlander, for the TBS title. And ladies and gentlemen, Tony Khan made it official that TBS Championship will be on the line. Julia Hart will be versing Kara Hogan. Julia Hart. Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart, not Kara Hogan. Then we had Jay White versus Andrade. There was so many interference from the Bullet Club Gold. We all know Jay White can't do things all by himself. But Andrade almost had to win with the figure eights. But here comes the Guns distracting the referee. And then here comes Juice Robinson with some plaque and whack Mr. Andrade with it. And then the Blade Runner. And then Jay White gets the win. Then we had FTR versus the Four Horsemen for the AEW Tag Team titles. Hey, they did a good job. They were doing good. But the winner of that match, FTR, is still your Tag Team Champions. And then the Aussie Open, because they were on the commentary, they got up to the apron and got in the ring and said a whole bunch of words. And FTR said a whole bunch of words. And ladies and gentlemen, they just wanted a great match. That's why they issued this challenge to FTR. Then we have Bryan Danielson versus Ricky Starks in a Texas Death Match. It wasn't a Texas Death Match. It was a last man standing match. Because there was no pinfalls. There was no submissions. All you had to do is knock out your opponent until 10. That's a last man standing match. Well, they did everything they could. There was blood and not a lot of weapons. There was a chain and there was a steel chair. But the winner of that match was Bryan Danielson. And that's it. That's all that happened there. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. See you guys Tuesday for Monday Night Raw. That's all for today. Tyler's out. Bye.